Hi, I'm here with Sophie Foucher, and she is going to go through and do a dosha reading with me. If you're not familiar with that, you're definitely going to want to listen because she will fill you in on exactly what that means and how that can change your health picture to find out how it can incorporate and give you a good shift in your life. I'll go ahead and let Sophie tell us all about it.
Thank you. Hi. So I'm a holistic consultant and I'm doing Ayurvedic private session. And this quiz that we are doing with Andrea is about a dosha reading. So a dosha reading is for you to understand more of your own unique constitution. And in Ayurveda, we view the entire body system as a play of the five elements. And these five elements, we find them also in our environment, even in the whole nature and the whole universe is built on these five elements, which build the physical matter. So with this reading, the moment you know which dosha, so it's a mix of different elements, is too dominant, then we can pacify it, correct the imbalance through food, through exercise or herbal supplements, and then through maybe 3 weeks over months, you will definitely find, like some relief, I will say, especially in the nervous system. So he work on a subtle level. So with your emotion and your psychological imbalance, and then you will find some results also in your body, in the physical body. So this is more or less how it works, like why we do this quiz together today.
That's awesome. I love finding these differences in these ways that our bodies and our spirits and our soul, that's all connected. Um,
Yeah.
it's always amazing to me to see these different modalities and how they can really kind of help you crack the code to your body and what's going on with it for sure.
Yeah, yeah, it's amazing. I've been studying many years holistic medicine and especially Ayurveda because I used to live in India. So I've been trained from Ayurvedic doctor. I used to work in a Ayurvedic clinic in Kerala in South India. And yeah, it's beautiful to transmit to the Western people now. It's a very preventive approach to avoid illness and to boost their immune system.
Absolutely. All right. So, how did I do on my quiz? So,
Yeah, so I received your diagnosis, your answer, all the question, and from I could see is like your dominant element about your nature. So your body constitution is mostly built with vata element, which is the air and space. So everything about movement, circulation, communication, lightness, all this aspect, which is also really connected with the mind, for you is really active. But at the same time, you have a lot of kapha, which is the more grounded, the more gross, the more dense element. So it's earth and water. And in you, both are really equal. So you have a lot of cold, like cool property in the body, which means um, you can improve balancing your vata and kapha with the help of the fire element. So using, sometimes some stimulation, just little things to activate the fire will push you. Like when you have an idea and you want to realize or manifest, there is this key coming from the fire. And for you is what can balance your vata and kapha.
fire. All right.
Yeah. And this we can see how we can do it with diet or certain exercise. But you have um, from the Vikruti, so it's the unbalance, you have your vata and it's part of your main constitution. So vata is disturbing the other elements. So it means maybe there is too much movement, as maybe not capable to calm the mind, or like too much stimulation, too much communication in the nervous system. And for now, what is important for you, from what I see, is to find some practice or exercise to ground yourself, and to improve, like the quality of your earth element, because now fire and vata are causing too much trouble, for you to integrate and to get all the resources you need, that maybe you spend a lot of energy, and you don't take too much time to receive and to nourish yourself. So there is this thing that I can see from the reading. Does it make sense for you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, very.
All right. Like, do you have more activities at the moment, or not so much time for you to take care? Or
Yeah, for sure. I run my business, and then I also am homeschooling 2 children and
yes,
household, and it's a lot to balance. And
yeah.
it's every day is a constant battle between putting my business first or putting my family first. And I feel like those two are just
Mm,
always at war with each other. And I'm trying, it's hard to find that balance between able to really push and do what I need to do to move my business forward, but also
yeah.
my family what they need from me. So yeah, for sure, that's definitely something I've been struggling with.
Mm, yeah. And yeah, from the Vikruti, it seems that maybe it's maybe to add a little bit more nourishing time. So maybe with family, or something, like you can do is just to implement. It doesn't have to be so long, but at least, like a morning ritual. So in Ayurveda, it's called dinacharya, and it's something you do before starting any working activities. And it's usually from 6 to 10. You choose, and you allow yourself to have something like an hour, but in this hour will include also, just be very mindful, and and giving a lot of care, even in the movement, like the way you will brush your teeth, or you will, like clean your face. All of these things that your body or your nervous system will feel, that you can slow down, and you can, like focus on yourself. And grounding yourself is just, like feeling your skin, just be more embodying more the body by slowing down and having time to really feel your legs, your feet. And this is most of the time is how we move. What is the quality of my actions when I speak? Do I too fast that I'm not so much embodying the speech, or do I really feel everything? And just, like improving awareness or mindfulness, even in the action you take during the day, will slow down maybe the rhythm, and having a better balance with your business, with your family. But if you go too fast, then naturally everything will follow like this, and you will build your life in a rhythm that is causing harm to the body, which is earth and water. So that's, like building a routine in the morning, when you can practice maybe slow movement when you do yoga, or when you do walking or anything, but just to be more in the body and be gentle with the movement. Maybe look at the speed of your speech, to really make sure you are always more present, and that will nourish you, because otherwise the energy is always scattered and have a tendency to go to the outer, like to the external, but at the same time it feels that you don't receive it back, so you can deplete yourself, and the idea is to be nourished by anything you do, the actions, but also the rest. So kapha can be built just by be more aware of the quality of your action, and if you can maybe find a more suitable rhythm, and then things will just unfold. Like it happens to me also with my business. Before, I was doing the task of 10 people because I could do it and I had the capacity, but I was feeling restless, night not easy, and a lot of mental activities. And then I just slow down, and naturally everything starts to also follow that new rhythm, and I still get resources, but it was just more suitable for my physical body. And then again, you can take some food that ground, so food that are sweet, but not like refined sugar, but you can have, like kind of porridge, something you will just bring the energy down. So anything like stew or dal or lentil soup, this kind of porridge, like all this consistency that are soft and milky and rich, but at the same time you can use ingredients that will not make you overweight. But I like to do tapioca with chia seeds in the morning with some kind of almond milk and cinnamon, and it's so easy to digest, but there is this rich soft consistency that help to ground my energy. And also something that can detox the body of toxin, and at the same time it's very grounding, is making a soup of rice and soybeans with a little bit of spice for evening. It's called khichari, but you can also make your own, with spinach, and it also have this porridge consistency, but it's so easy to digest, and you remove excess of toxins. So this kind of food can really help to detoxify, but at the same time really ground you, like be more in the body and less into too much mental activities, because the body need it, just to feel the nourishment. And of course, Abhyanga is self massage, so maybe few time during the week after a shower, maybe take times to give yourself a 10-minute self massage with a little bit heated, like a oil that is a little bit warm, so you can maybe heat. I love to use almond oil, or I have even sunflower, and I just cook it cook it a little bit, and maybe I had a essential oil, and I really gave myself this care, like I'm here, I hear you, I touch you, I feel you. And just this simple thing, make more safety, like, because when we neglect the body, sometimes it doesn't trust anymore, that we have the capacity to care for it. And there is this duality then between your body and your mind. But if the body feel, you can listen, you can take time, you can pause your mental activity to take care, it will respond in a very open way, and give yourself a lot of, I don't know, like ability. I mean, there is just a better connection.
Yeah.
And so this kind of massage also helps to build more kapha. And also, as I say, like the quality of how you do your physical exercise. Um, can you ground yourself when you do yoga? Can you, like really feel the movement, feel the breath? Maybe don't deplete yourself into physical activities, but find the balance to build strength and be soft, like
That,
this really balance between the masculine and the feminine.
yeah, that is something that I have had a balance before because I love lifting weights. I like pushing myself. I'm very aggressive at the gym because I do like, but I know that when I've done that and I need to go back to that place where I incorporate more yoga, more Pilates, where I do have that more yang
Cancel.
versus the more yin versus the yang quality of working out. So yeah, that you hit that's for sure because I've definitely been pushing more recently than I have before.
Mm.
Because I love just challenging my body.
Oh yeah,
But
okay.
I need to give it also, I need to be better at letting it kind of just chill too.
All right. Yeah, so overall is this kind of advice that you can include. And yeah, and for the taste, you can have a little bit of spice. Sweet will help you. And as I say, like some kind of um, soft and this kind of stew porridge consistency in the food also help to ground the energy when there is a lot of activity. Everything that is vata food, which is dry, light, raw food will um, will improve, like just build up even more vata. So if you do a lot of raw food, salad and stuff like this, maybe one time a day, but maybe it's time to do meal with cooked comfort and a very kind of stew, rather like dry and raw and too light meals because yeah, it's this kind of food will aggravate actually the vata again. So it doesn't mean you have to avoid it completely, but just find a way to pacify vata with reducing too much salad, raw food, dry food, light food, and having something more dense, porridge, solid, like this kind of winter food. Yeah, bowl, soup, things like this.
Okay.
And for some supplement that will help because the nervous system is quite active. So I guess, like you still need to have strength to perform a lot of tasks, but you want to feel depleted or drained. So maybe some kind of adaptogen plants, like ginseng, ashwagandha, even rosemary. Adaptogen means that it's a very flexible plant that helps us to strengthen the nervous system and make you kind of resilient in any situation.
Okay.
Or very strong for vitality. So yeah, some ginseng. I use Siberian ginseng in a tincture. So it's plant extract that I buy in some health store, but also sometimes I drink ashwagandha in a cup of hot milk. And rosemary. I'm living in Ibiza, so everywhere is rosemary in nature. So I just pick them and boil them and drink it. It's very, very easy to find here. But same, you can or make infusion or find a plant extract and you just use the drop for
Okay.
maybe 3 weeks and see if you find a difference, if your sleep are better, or if you are more focused, because this is more or less the effect on this plant on the body.
Love
Yes.
it. Okay.
So yeah, already if you can implement this thing for 21 days and like maybe see how it goes. If you feel it's getting better, you just maybe send me an email and tell me how it goes, and I can send you a short document with like everything we've been speaking about, and you can always return and refer to this like suggestion and see if you can implement them, and at least for 3 weeks changing few habits, and yeah, let me know.
Let's do that. Okay. So if you want to follow Sophie on social media, what are your social media channels? How can they find you?
My social media,
Yeah.
my Instagram.
Yeah. What is your Instagram?
Oh yeah, my Instagram is Sadhana Journeys with
Okay.
a S.
And I'll link below.
Yes.
I'll also link to your website where you can fill out your own dosha quiz and schedule a call with Sophie so she can help you find out where you may be a little bit out of balance. Thank you so
Great.
much. This has been
Thank you.
fun.
Yes.
Oh,